Hello everybody. Welcome you all at Learning is Fun with Prajnaparamita. Today I am going to tell you the use of as, because, since and for. All these words can be used in a similar sense, but of course they have the difference in their use while using in different context and different situation. So let's see what are those differences and what are those common area we should do some mistakes while using them. First, this word, as I have told you, all these four words can be used to refer to the reason for something. For example, you may say that as I am going to the market, I will bring an envelope for you. Or since he had not arrived in time, her name was cancelled. The boy is happy because he gets a gift. Here, these sentences are used in a similar sense, but they do not use in the similar way. What is the difference there in their use? This is the topic of this discussion today. So stay with me till the end to know these differences. Now, as and since, I am going to tell you first. These words as and since are used when the reason is already known to the listeners and reader. We use these words when the reason is already known, and in another way you can say that it is used not the most important part of the sentence, and as and since clause often come at the beginning of a sentence. These are the prime features or prime areas we use as and since in a sentence. Let's see some example now. As it is raining again, we will have to stay at home. Since he had not paid his bill, his electricity was cut off. And here, as and since clause are relatively formal, but in an informal style, you can replace these words as and since by so. Here, at the example, it is rain again, so we will have to stay at home. Now, where do we use because? Because put emphasis on the reason, most often introduce new information which is not known to the listeners or reader. For example, because I was ill for 6 months, I lost my job. Here you find because I was ill for 6 months, this is the reason, and the result is I lost my job. Here somebody may not know the cause, so it adds a new information to the reader or the listeners. Most important reason, because clause usually comes at the end. Here, why I am leaving because I am fed up. Here, because clause can be used at the end of a sentence to say how one knows something. Here is very important thing, that is, if you want to say that how you know something, you can use because at the end of a sentence. Let's see the example now. You didn't tell me the truth because I found the money in your room. Here, I know because I found, in that sense, you have to use because clause at the end of a sentence. Now, let's see the difference between as, since and because. Here, first of all, I am going to tell you the examples and then I will discuss in detail. Here are two examples. I am leaving because I am fed up, and I am leaving as and since I am fed up. Here you find in these sentences you find sometime because is correct, and there you may not use as or since in that situation. Why it is? Here, as and since are used usually to state reason is known to the reader or listeners, and because is used while the reason is unknown. Here in this example, as I am telling you that I am leaving, the reason is not known to the listeners or readers, so you have to use because. And as and since clause always start at the beginning of a sentence, that is, as you have known that examples in the last side or previous side, but the because clause can be used at the beginning and at the end of a sentence. And another important thing is that as and since, in case of use of these two words, the information is known to the reader, but because clause always introduce an information which is new. Now, what do we use for? For introduce a new informations, but suggest that the reason is given as an afterthought. A for clause could be in brackets. A for clause never comes at the beginning of a sentence. For clause can never stand alone. All these are the prime features while you using a for clause in a sentence, and it is the most common in the formal style. Let's see the example. I decided to stop and have lunch, for I was feeling hungry. Here you find for this for clause is an afterthought, and it is in a bracket. It is an extra or new information, and this for clause cannot stand alone. So these are the areas you have to use as, since, and because, and for in several situations as in a sentences. So I hope you like this video. If you have any queries regarding anything, please do comment in the comment section. I will definitely reply them. So no more today. Thank you for listening, and bye bye.